So we're at the top end of the property, right by the road, Oyama Road. And what you're looking at here is the irrigation system supplied by the Lake Country Municipality. You're in an irrigation zone, which means that the municipality of Lake Country is supplying the irrigation water. You don't have to worry about the maintenance and management of a well system. The other thing on the irrigation system that I wanted to show you are these units that are throughout the vineyard and basically distribute the water from the irrigation system into this, which is a maxi-jet system. And I'm told this is very high-end. It means that the water is sprayed into the roots, into the ground, instead of dripped. So another very important feature of this vineyard is the biodiversity, which helps with the pollination of the vines. What you've got here is a dry creek bisecting the property, and it means that there's all sorts of butterflies and birds that will come into this area and then pollinate the vineyard. So it's important to have that attraction for them. The third thing that I want to tell you about with the uniqueness of this vineyard is the orientation of the vines. So you'll see that everything is planted north-south. North is that way, south is that way, which just helps with the exposure of the vines to the sun. When the current sellers moved in, everything on this side of the vineyard was planted in an east-west orientation. So you can imagine that's a huge investment to switch out those vines. So the fourth thing that I want to talk about is the clones themselves. So what we've got here is we're in the early bud stage, and the winemaker here is extremely pleased that this season he hasn't lost any of the buds to some of the cold and windy weather conditions that we've had. This is in full bud. What you're seeing here are the Pinot Noir vines, and these are Grand Cru clones direct from Burgundy. So Pinot Noir is the majority of this vineyard, but as well there are Chardonnay. So the fifth feature is the density of these plantings. You'll see that between these plantings is about 3 feet, which means you can't use a whole bunch of standard tractors. This work takes more agile machinery or by hand. It means that you can get a much greater yield out of this vineyard. Okay, sixth point is some of the equipment here. There's metal posts at the end of each one of these lines of plantings. Not flimsy.
From my years of experience working around the world in the wine business, the most important factor for successful vineyard or wine business is the site selection. The biggest advice I was given really early in my career: buy the best land possible. Le Côteron Vineyard is gently sloped, close to the lake, with a favorable aspect for wine quality. The slope protects the vines from frost in the spring, the fall, and the winter. The wind from the lake gives us low pest pressure and low disease pressure, and the aspect offers us a gentle, long ripening to produce high-quality grapes. You will find 4 different varieties on Le Côteron Vineyard: Pinot Noir, Chardonnay, Gamay Noir, and Savagnin Blanc. Pinot Noir is the most important variety. It is the highest value-added variety, and Chardonnay is a very good complementary variety to Pinot Noir, and it is also a high value-added grapes. We select the best clone that we could find for all those grapes. A clone is like if you invest in a racing horse, you want the best genetic material. It is the same thing with grapevines. We were also very lucky to find clones of Pinot Noir that are exclusive to us and that are planted in the best vineyards of Burgundy.